Hello my friends, I am back today with a club video for Spellbinders. For anyone that is watching this or that follows me, I do not usually do club videos, the clubs that Spellbinders offers, because I usually get my clubs at the end of the month, and by then I'm already working on the new release items for the following month. So this month I happen to be lucky enough to get my order of club items earlier. So I've just played around with a couple of them this month because of that. And starting in the beginning of the new year, I will be getting clubs to work with provided by Spellbinders. So I will be bringing you clubs of the month the first week of every month. So that's kind of exciting news to branch into something new in January. But just to educate anyone that is unaware, the total package right now is still available, and the individual items are still available until the 27th of the month. At that time, they do close and won't be offered until later on in the store if they're still available. So they also won't be offered at the club price, and the Glimmer will not include the free roll of foil, and I believe the Better Press will not include the beads. But the Better Press and the wax seal are separate from the total package, which I have here. This is the total package, and I'll just run through it really quick. The total package comes with the large die, which is this cute little cottage this month, the Christmas Boutique. And I had a friend recently say she was going to turn this into a Halloween haunted house. I thought that was the smartest idea. So that is a really cute idea. But I also have heard a lot of different uses for this. The gingerbread house, it could be a spring cottage. There's so many things that this could be turned into. So this is a really cool idea. And you can buy it by itself, or you can buy part of a trio of items, or you can get the total package. So lots of options over on the website. But anyways, this is the large die. The small die this month is Santa, which makes this little Santa right here. The stamp and die of the month is these penguins, and you can choose to get the stamp by itself, but the dies are just a few dollars more. The stitch die of the month is what we are working with today, and I do have a finished sample right here. That's what we're doing today. We have the Glimmer of the month, which is this holly with the 3 sentiments and a bow with a coordinating die. The sentiments also have a die. So that is this right here. And I'm just doing this real quick because I know a lot of you have seen these already. There's a 3D and a 2D embossing folder. And I'm not going to get time to do these in videos. That's why I was showing them. And then you have the kit of the month. And the card kit of the month comes with paper. It comes with embellishments. It comes with the cards, and envelopes and adhesive and all that good jazz. What I always tell people is when you get the card, the whole total package, this is all free. And you usually get some of this free too if you add up what they are individually. The total package is $100. So you get all of this for $100 and free shipping. So that's that. Put that aside. This is the Better Press, and I already had a video on this. This is an add-on, and I did not get the wax seal this month. So that is what I bought this month, and that was bought from me. I purchased it. But today we are going to make another one of these. This is my sample that I've already made, and I used the Happy Holidays on this one for the sentiment, and I just had fun with my pastel colors. I really enjoyed doing that with pastels. And this second one we are going to do in these pinks and reds and navy blue. So I have already done most of the tree, but I'm going to show you how to finish it so you can see how the stitching works. And then we are going to do one of the ornaments so that you can see how that stitching goes as well. And that way, when you get this home, or if you already have it at home, or it should be arriving any day now if you've already ordered it, you will be able to do this up yourself. So to make this a little easier and less time consuming, I'm going to use a little bit of tape to hold this down, because I'm hoping this video is a pretty quick one. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this, and this is actually the tape that comes in the craft kit. Pretty convenient to use on stitching. So I'm going to just use that right there. Super simple. So most of the Spellbinders dies have a larger circle that you're going to go into, and every single one of these stitches is going to go into that one. Now I am using the DMC metallic thread. You can get these on the website. They come in multiple colors, and right now they have Christmas colors as well. So you have the multiple metallics, and then your Christmas's colors are also in metallics. So I'll try to remember to link that down below when I do the list for this video. So we're just going to go down into the center and up in all of the outers. And you want to keep this taut. You see how that comes up like that when you're stitching? So when you come up the second hole, you want to keep this held down. And that's just going to help you, because you want to keep your stitches tight, because this metallic thread just likes to wander where it wanders. So you want to keep this tight. Okay, just go up through the outside and down through your center hole. And your center hole is always the bigger hole, the hole that you go down into, because you're going to have more stitches go down in that hole than you are going to have go down in any of the others. And that kind of gives you an idea of where Spellbinders expects you to do it. Now that doesn't mean that's the only way to do it. Matter of fact, you could actually come around here and also go around this way. And there's also an embossed line right here. You probably can't see it, but there's an embossed line right here that gives you an idea also of what they're thinking you're going to stitch. It's not a proven science though. You can do whatever you want to do. If you wanted to do red on these 4 stitches and white on these 4 stitches and make it look like a peppermint, you could do that. If you wanted to stitch now around all the way around this way and do a complete circle, you could do that. It's however you dream it. So now I've done all of those. So remember, you want to keep this tight, and we're going to do another piece of tape. And its beauty about this tape is you can just rip it. Of course, I'm trying to keep this tight at the same time, but that's the beauty of this tape. And I've kind of got a long piece here, but I'm going to go ahead and tape that first and then rip it again. I'll just sit that piece right there on the edge to use in a minute. So now I've got that secure. I can just come in here with my little mini scissors, and do that. And I've got the back of my stitching all done and ready to put on my card. And to put these on my card, I'm using the small foam squares. And I'm just putting a couple of these on here. And I'm using a little bit of the tape, or of the glue. Okay. And then I'm just going to place this right on there. And by putting that glue right there, it just gives me a little extra adhesive, but it also gives me some wiggle room so I can make sure I've got it right where I want it. Then you have these little ornament hangers, And I just use my double-sided, or yeah, reverse tweezers, put a little bit of adhesive on those, and then come in here and place that right under the lip there, release it, and then just smoosh it down in place so that it's center with the little string. And then I've got my little pick here, my tool-in-one, just to remove a little bit of glue there on the edges. Remember, the glue does dry clear. And then we have our last ornament. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and switch my needle over to the green thread. And we will finish stitching this tree, and it's the same sort of stitching, except you're doing long lines in this stitching. There is one larger hole and smaller holes. Of course, my thread is getting tangled, but so there's one smaller hole or one larger hole and multiple smaller holes. And then there are 2 to 3 lines on the sides and like 4 in the middle areas. So you just have to look at the big hole and figure it out from there. So on this row, there's 3 at the bottom here going into the 1. Then here's the next large hole, and looks like there's 3 going into the 1. Then there's 4 going into the 1. Then there's, oh no, here, I'm sorry, there's 2 going into the 1. Then there's 4 going into the 1. 4, 4, and 2. Down here on the bottom, there was 3. So when it goes up here, there's 2 and 2. So it just changes depending on the layer. So you're going to start here and go up and down the big hole. You're always going down at the larger hole. And I have doubled up these papers. That's why it's white back here. I've got a white piece and the pattern piece. And this actually is a textured piece of basil that I'm using here. I've been trying to use up some of my older cardstock, and this has a pretty texture to it. So, okay, so that finished. This one right here was supposed to go in that hole. That's crazy. I messed that up. But we're just going to go with it. I was doing it like this one down here. I don't think anyone will ever notice. But I've been trying to use up this paper. But then again, I'm going to want more of it when I'm done. And I don't even know if they make it anymore. But can you see the texture? I don't know if you can tell the texture of the paper. Can you see that texture that's in the paper? So, so pretty. You could see it in person better. Okay, so I'm at the end here, so I'm just going to do the same as I did before and tape this down. And this has nice large sections, so you can tape it down. And I'll use this little piece of tape that I had over here saved for quick and easy. I'll get my next piece so it's ready, because that did make it easier. Then we will get another piece. Did I have a piece out? I don't see a piece. I know there's one here, but I don't see it. Okay, So I will cut us a piece and we will unravel it. I use 2 strands and I just twist it, put my finger in there and pull. And when I'm lucky, it goes right through. Okay, so we're going to come up at the bottom. We're going to taper down. Get an extra piece of tape there. And then let's finish this up. That 4th one in the center. Then we'll go to this next section. Keep catching that little bottom piece of the tree down there at the bottom. It just likes to catch. Turn it over. It's still caught, look. But this is a perfect thing to do when you're out on the patio or watching television at night with your loved ones, watching a movie. I love to curl up and watch a movie while I'm doing this. That's my favorite time to do it. Just relaxing, watching a good Hallmark movie, something like that. Sometimes my husband watches reruns, and I'm not that interested in the reruns he watches. Y'all, any of you have husbands that love reruns? I do not understand it. You've seen them before. So let's see if this is going to show if I go over here. Okay, that one is not going to show. Sometimes when you're coming like from here to here, this one to this one, it's going to show right there. So I actually start up here and go, and then just work my way that way and then come back to this one. So just make sure your string's not going to show on the front. Okay, this string has got to be long enough to do this. Pray, people. Ah, I just lost the string off the needle. It's not going to be long enough. Okay. We're all amongst friends, aren't we? Are we amongst friends? Of course we are. Got to get this to the back. Get this to the back and taper down. Should have pulled my string longer, but that's okay. We'll get 2 more. And we will finish her up and glue her down, and we will be done. I love the color schemes. I went on Pinterest and I searched for 2023 Christmas color schemes. That's how I found these color schemes, to give me some ideas for something different. I wanted something different. So then, after finding them, I thought, well, I need to change them a little bit because there was a couple colors that I just wasn't quite sure of. So I changed them just a little bit. And this yellow right here was an accident. Some of you are looking at that probably saying, that yellow doesn't go there. And you're right, it doesn't. But it's okay. It was an accident. The color is actually on the other side. But I used a yellow as the second layer because all those are doubled. And then I accidentally, not paying attention when I was die cutting and gluing, I accidentally glued it and stitched it upside down. I'm just telling you all my secrets, aren't I? But that's because we're all friends. And friends don't let friends craft in secret. So we're gonna explain the mistakes, aren't we? So here we are finishing it up, and we're gonna put it down and we will see the finished product here. Okay. Now I am not popping this baby up because all our ornaments are popped up. So I'm going to just put a lot of glue on here, especially where there's knot holes, which is these center sections. I do put a little bit along the edges though, because I want those edges to stick down. And then a little bit along the bottom, of course. And some of this glue may come out the holes, but like I said, it dries clear. And a lot of times it'll erase with an adhesive eraser when it's all said and done and dry too. Okay. So let's put this right in here. Look at there. So, and I'm going to hold that down for a second and show you this again and see, when the first time I showed you that, did you think that yellow ornament stuck out, or did you just think that was beautiful? So that yellow ornament was supposed to be pink and it's pink on the underneath side. But once I realized it, I could have restitched it, but the underneath side was the raw side of the die. So it had the rough side. So I would have restitched it if it wasn't the rough side of the die. But it wasn't. It wasn't the soft side. So I kept it yellow and I was like, this is a learning experience. But I still think it's pretty. It just has a single yellow ornament. But I still like it. It has character. And I love the color scheme. So I always like, though, something to have at least 2 of the same color on it. That's just me. But look, this one only has the green ones. But the green is the center of the show. So, all right. So there's our green one. And this one says Merry Christmas. You get both of those sentiments in this die set. And the background of this die set is included as well. So this is your Stitching Club of the Month. Which one of these is your favorite? Leave me a comment below and tell me, is it the pastel or is it the navy background? I like the pastel, even though I have the oddball yellow ornament. I still like the pastel. So I will be adding the little sequins to this one. I'm not going to hold you up and make you watch me do that. But to see the sequins I've added to the ornaments, I will add them to this one. But I'm going to let you go for now. And I will be back in a few days with the next video. So you guys have fun. Get some stitching dies out. Come over into the group, Heartfelt Card Making, at over on Facebook, Heartfelt Card Making with Spellbinders and more, and share your makes. We want to see them. We all root each other on, and we craft life together. So come on over, and we'll see you there. Bye, guys.